Teachers, what's the most insane parent complaint you've ever received? Apparently teaching 4th grade with a ball python, the snake equivalent of a puppy that spends 90% of its time sleeping in a ball, in my classroom made me a satanic cult leader according to one very angry parent. This nightmare appeared 3 months earlier when I introduced Percy the ball python to my science curriculum. I had been teaching elementary school for 12 years and wanted something special to get the kids excited about learning. Most teachers use hamsters or goldfish, but I went to this reptile rescue and found Percy. He was this gorgeous 3-foot ball python that had been surrendered by a college student who couldn't keep him in the dorms. The rescue lady said he was the gentlest snake they had ever housed and loved being handled by kids during their educational programs. Something about his calm energy just seemed perfect for a classroom full of energetic 9-year-olds. Percy transformed my classroom completely. Kids who used to zone out during science lessons were suddenly asking difficult questions about reptile biology and habitat conservation, and test scores jumped 20% in the first month. I had never seen students so engaged with learning in my entire career. Kids would take turns reading to him during quiet time, and he would curl up and listen like he understood every word. But then Sienna's daughter Eliza came home absolutely glowing about holding Percy during our weekly animal interaction time. Eliza told her mom how soft and warm Percy felt, and how he wrapped gently around her arm like a living bracelet. Instead of being proud that her shy daughter was building confidence, I got a furious phone call that night. Sienna was literally hyperventilating on the phone, screaming about demonic possession and claiming I had marked her child for Satan. She kept demanding to know what kind of blood rituals I was conducting in my classroom. Within a week, Sienna had organized a full-scale parent revolt. She created a Facebook group called Protect Our Children from Reptilian Indoctrination and appeared spreading completely fabricated stories about Percy being a 6-foot aggressive python that had attacked multiple children. Parents who had never even visited my classroom were suddenly flooding the principal's office with complaints based entirely on Sienna's hysteria. Sienna then took everything to the school board and demanded my immediate termination, along with a criminal investigation into what she called my satanic grooming operation. She somehow convinced 3 other religious families to join her crusade by claiming I was secretly a witch using Percy to cast spells on their children and turn them against Christianity. The principal tried to defend the program by showing them our actual curriculum and the improved test scores, but Sienna kept screaming that the academic success was proof of demonic enhancement. Now here I was facing a formal termination hearing because one parent couldn't handle her daughter learning basic biology. Sienna stood up at the microphone with a folder full of printed internet articles about snake worship and pagan symbolism. She actually said with complete seriousness that I was recreating the Garden of Eden temptation scenario to corrupt innocent minds. The school board members looked absolutely mortified, but seemed ready to cave to her demands just to make the controversy go away. Sienna presented her evidence, which included screenshots of educational videos I had shown about reptile habitats and photos of students smiling while holding Percy. She called the students' obvious joy and curiosity signs of spiritual corruption and demonic influence. At one point, she actually claimed that Percy's shed skin was being used for witchcraft potions, and that I was secretly feeding him live mice in front of the children to desensitize them to violence. When it was my turn, I walked up with my own folder containing educational certifications and letters from child psychologists supporting animal-assisted learning. I also had a stack of thank you notes from students and parents praising the program. My secret weapon was a video compilation I had put together showing students' genuine reactions to meeting Percy for the first time. The board watched 12 different kids light up with wonder and excitement as they gently petted Percy while asking thoughtful questions about his biology and behavior. You could see the board members' expressions change as they realized they were watching children engage with learning in the most authentic way possible. The video ended with Eliza herself saying, "Percy is the coolest teacher ever, and I want to be a zoologist when I grow up because of him." Sienna's face went completely red when she saw her daughter contradicting her claims. The school board president looked directly at Sienna and said, "Based on this evidence, your daughter appears to be thriving in this educational environment. I fail to see how a properly licensed classroom pet constitutes satanic indoctrination." The board voted unanimously to keep both Percy and me. Sienna stormed out screaming that we were all complicit in child abuse and that she would expose this demonic conspiracy to the world. Her threatened lawsuits never materialized.